Welcome back to episode 118 on SEO Talk Spaces. The topic for today is, have we lost SEO to AI? For many of us who started little while earlier, SEO meant keywords, backlinks, rankings, uh, optimizing content, or structuring content, and all those stuff. But today, AI is kind of rewriting those rules, rewriting uh, some of the stuff that we did earlier, and search probably is not more about ranking, but it's about how AI interprets what you write. And see, from rankings, we have gone to retrieval. So we are going to talk about all those things and try to understand, have we lost SEO to AI? And while saying that, let me also welcome my co host. Just gave a basic introduction to the topic. If you want to take it from there, and then I will start the Q&As.
Yeah, I think so. Just to add to that, we have been observing over the past year all the AI systems, whether we refer to ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, have been changing their systems, how the visibility works as well. So recently, we got to know that there can be a core update on these AI systems as well, and we clearly know that it's no longer about ranking pages. It's about understanding how these LLMs train their models, how it retrieves content, and what is the specific reason that your content is being mentioned or cited and these AI answers. So yeah, right away, let's get into it and let's roll. Yeah. Hey Udit.
All right, I am okay. Yeah, Jonathan, good to see you. Yes, yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Very good evening, buddy. All right. Let me start with the first question. And this, again, like what we usually do, right? We'll start with the basics and then uh, get into the little details part of the stuff. So, Parth, we talked about the retrieval part, right? So, Google still crawls, but when it comes to AI, it is more about retrieval of information. So, what are we optimizing for today, right? Are we optimizing for retrieval, or do you still feel that we are optimizing for the crawlers?
I think so. The the fundamentals still remain the same. Having the website structure in place, the pages, and all of that. But because the the share of AI visibility is increasing, uh, so we are focusing on to optimize machines, how machines understand. So the Q&A format, like what's the meaning of that particular phrase, we right away want to answer that in less than 70-80 words. The structure, trust signals that AI systems can reuse in their multiple different uh, prompts, which have been kind of requested by the end users. And it's not about ranking, like a single page can have snippets for multiple different prompts. It's nowhere about pages now. And let's take example of Perplexity. It doesn't rank websites. It retrieves snippets. It can reason the prompt with, like it can provide the clarity of that particular synthesized answer. So that's how we are placed. Say Suganthan, welcome to SEO Talk after a long time.
All right. Kamlesh, Jonathan, if you want to. Jump in, share your thoughts. Are we optimizing for crawlers? Are we optimizing for retrievals, or both?
So currently, I am working on multiple sites, but I am not doing anything too seriously, but I am strengthening the technical SEO part and the content part, and also from my content writer to write about the like long form content, include the long form long tail keywords and the questions things. And apart from that, I my client is about the listicle, so I mentioned get some guesswork on the listicle format, and those like keywords like company in location, and they got the rank. So usually I am doing the same this thing, uh, get good links and optimize content. That's thing I am doing currently. Then after that, I am also open to know that what's everyone doing in the SEO things, like for the AI optimization and AI overview, because I am facing the same question, like when our we will get more results in our AI overview. So I'll be listening, will be open to listen all the information from you guys. Thank you
Perfect.
for.
No problem. Everyone is learning here, so feel free to pitch in with your thoughts, right? It could be anything, so don't worry about it. There are no wrong answers, right? So, yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Kamlesh, your thought. Let me go to the next, and I'll continue the same, segue the same question, and this is more to do with ranking. So, do you think, and a part of it we talked about it last time also, like, has ranking lost its meaning, right? And because uh, AI models use content, etc. What do you feel about rankings as a term, right? So, is there a way ranking as a KPI will still exist, or should we forget about ranking and focus more about retrievals?
Yep. I think so. There was a recent study by Ahrefs where they shared that 22% or 28%, there was some number on 20s. 22% of the cited sources doesn't rank on page one of Google. So even if you are not ranking on Google, you are ranking probably in third, fourth, fifth page. Still, your website is being picked up. Your content, the particular chunks from your blog page or your informational content page is being picked up and shown into the AI answers. So, and you get mentions, you get citations out of it. So now it's for AI visibility, it's that there are higher chances for sure if you're ranking on page one. So SEO fundamentals doesn't go anywhere. But still, there might be some industries, there might be some particular intent based questions where we need to dive into, like, which are those prompts where it is citing not from page one. At least we get to know some patterns, but there are possibilities. uh, Having said that, for commercial intent pages overall, uh, there are still blue links, and now it has heavy competition from Reddit, because Reddit is capturing a lot of commercial intent keywords, and it's kind of taking away that traffic because people are now more trusting to UGC content and stuff. But yeah, I would love to hear thoughts from Sugan, Janardhan, who are on the panel.
Hey guys, thanks, Parth. I think it's a good question. Can I answer this question? I'm sorry if there's noise. I'm running and I'm taking a break speaking. Um, Ranking still matters. I personally think ranking still matters simply because as long as there's 10 blue links, which we don't know how long that's going to last. There are some rumors about Google wanting to replace the top, I don't know, 10 links with the AI mode as default. But that creates all sorts of problems for Google, especially the Google ads. They still haven't figured out how to run the ads, which is one of the most biggest money-making things. So I don't think they're going to switch over soon, but they might at some point. I guess my answer is, yeah, as long as those 10 blue links are there, the visibility, the rankings are going to be there. I think we have to look at this more holistically. Visibility in LLMs is more visibility, plus rankings is going to be in the Google. Now, look from a user's perspective, someone who's using search engine. So people are looking for different things. There's a buyer journey. You want to buy a car, you're not going to go to Audi website or Tesla website, going to place an order straight away. You're probably going to do some shopping around. You're going to probably buy electric car. You're going to know, look, I'm worried, is the battery going to run out? What's the range? Can I charge this car at home? I live in an apartment. Can I charge in the garage? So you're going to have these informational queries at the top of the funnel, as we call it. These queries, I think AI is usually trying to answer these queries now. They're trying to give that instant answer to these questions. So if you look at the user journey, the user probably will going to do sort of informational queries, and we still have to produce content for that. If you're Tesla, Tesla is a bit of an outcast, but let's say you're a car company that has electric cars, say Audi, for example, you're going to have to produce content around, hey, the newest car model, the, I don't know, Q8, electric has, 500 kilometers range. You have to put out that information. If you don't, AI is going to find it from other sources. So you might also do it and be seen in the visibility. If someone is searching, I have a family, 3 kids. I need to drive them school, 100 kilometers a day to my work and school. I need an electric car. This is a sort of a long tail conversational query. Someone's going to put into LLMs. So you want to be appearing for these type of terms. Otherwise, you're going to lose out on the market, right? So people doing the research. But end of the day, when someone want to buy something, they're definitely not going to go to LLM models. I definitely don't buy anything suggested even on the LLM. I only use it for more research purposes. Then I jump into Google, search for it and buy, or go to Amazon and buy it. So this is how I use it. I know most users use the LLM and search and like that. As long as the user behavior hasn't changed, this is not going to go anywhere. So as a KPI, yeah, we can keep reporting the rankings, but we also have to start reporting the visibility for those terms. That's my take.
Fantastic, Sugan. Uh, Vijay, okay, Vijay, you joined late, so I'll come to you next. But a simpler example was also given in one of our previous episode where, say, one of the participant, Proma, talked about hair straighteners, and she was like, okay, if I'm going to search for hair straighteners, uh, the research part was still on an LLM. But when it comes to buying the actual tool, she had to go outside of the LLMs. But saying that, right, and some of the recent information coming from OpenAI was also that they are partnering with some of those sellers per se and bringing them on the platform itself. So uh, we probably could see the user journey also moving, not or rather not just limiting themselves to informational search, but also completing transactions on LLM. So uh, I'm just going a little future forward and saying, okay, should we start as a brand, should we start optimizing for those future forward test cases right now, or should we wait and say, okay, let us build for now, let us optimize what for retrieval as well, while also keeping our focus on rankings?
Yeah, I think it's too soon for that now because I still haven't seen any proper product pages. The whole experience is not so great yet, but I know they're working on it, most of these companies. But I think generally you have to look at this from what sort of your audience look like. Maybe that's where we need to look into. Hey, is my product audience, right? What is my main audience and where they are, right? Are they technically good enough to use an LLM to make a purchase, or is it like everyone else go to Amazon to buy something, or Amazon equivalent in India, whatever the website is. In the US, probably, I don't know, Best Buy, I don't know, some of these sites. So people are, how you call it, more brand loyalty. So for example, my wife wouldn't buy any furniture from anywhere other than IKEA because she's Scandinavian, she loves that brand. And even if it's cheaper on Amazon, she wouldn't buy it. So until that user behavior change, it might change long term, but I think there's time for that.
No, absolutely. I love that. And I just wanted to extend this little bit further because I was also uh, listening to Google's stories recently. And the way Google started was it was an Amazon affiliate, right? So would we see some of those LLM tools becoming affiliates of a certain product and probably launching their own e-commerce there? I'm just giving a wild thought right now, but this
Yeah,
could
that's
be a
for sure. Yeah. But the biggest problem is how do we optimize now? Like if we have an e-commerce store, how do we optimize our product pages to show up in a? We just can't do anything right now. There could be there will be a time. I think there will be a time like Google product feed kind of play, but OpenAI might say, look, put your feed in here and we'll pull your products, right? And when it's good enough, we'll start showing it. So yeah, I think that time will come.
perfect. Lovely discussion. Parth, I don't know. You want to jump in, share your thought, and then we take on the next one?
Yeah, I quickly wanted to double click on what Sugan mentioned. I think so. Um, the brand loyalty still kicks in whether the behavior changes or not. It's very, very important if someone prefers IKEA or any particular given brand they have been using. So uh, each brand out there wants to jump on this bandwagon and make sure that they are not losing out on these new trending platforms or the new behaviors because they want to show up there. They want to be up there in front of their target audience. So it's very important. um yep.
All right. So I'll go stretch this a little further in terms of getting into the keywords part of it and see, will keywords still matter? Because we all know there is, we talk about vector searches, we talk about embeddings, all the stuff. So what happens, or what is the future of keywords when we talk about SEO, or if I can say traditional SEO? Will the focus still be there?
Oh, that's a burning question that every SEO is facing out there. I would say keywords aren't dead for sure. Uh, Keywords, the whole keyword concept with regards to search engine optimization is evolving. So what mattered, a literal text now survives as meaning. So if we talk about embeddings, it interprets relationships between ideas rather than exact phrases. So for SEOs like us, the focus shifts from frequency to probably contextual density and how well the meaning behind words fits the search intent. I think so. We have Sugan with us, who has more context to what's happening to keywords and intent and classification. I don't think so anyone better than him can explain.
Yeah, sure, I'll answer it. Yeah, to answer your question, yes, keyword still matters. I guess your question was more around whether we should be focusing on keywords now with these LLMs and the prompt tracking. I guess that's what your question is mainly, right?
Absolutely. So, do they
Yeah,
really matter
yeah,
as it
yeah.
did in traditionalists?
So if you so I personally don't believe in prompt tracking. I know this is probably a hot take. Probably people hate me for this, but I don't believe in it because I've tested, I've tried it. I tried to build sort of LLM visibility tracker that's long before all the 100 tools came in. What I found was quite fascinating because prompts, people ask in so many different ways. It's the same question, could be asked in a million different ways. Now, all everyone is doing is trying to guess what people are searching for because OpenAI or other providers haven't provided that data, search data, right? So the same question could be asked in a million different ways. It's always what you're tracking in the prompt is not actually accurate. So what I found is if you do, say, one question and you take one seed keyword, and that's how most of the tools are now doing it anyway, take the seed term and then synthetically generate loads of prompts around it and then track the visibility for that. Like, I don't know, call the API or whatever method, get the data, and then do a statistical analysis to see what sort of the common output looks like for all of the synthetic queries. That's my understanding. I could be wrong, but I think that's why it's also really expensive. If you go to Href and you can see how expensive it is, and most of the tools are quite expensive. That's because it costs a lot of money to do all these calls, API calls. Um, I think all you have to do is to optimize, if you can optimize for that seed term or the main term. I don't know if you guys seen ChatGPT recently started doing entities. I think I didn't read into it properly, but I saw some people have posted that these entities are being shown in or classified by ChatGPT. So that's quite interesting because maybe that's the way to go, sort of entity based. So if your keyword is an entity, you could optimize for it, and then LLM models recognize the entity and they start showing the output. The other reason for this prompting, there's so many factors involved in prompting. So they grounded or not. So sometimes the LLM models decide whether they want to search the web to get a better answer, or they want to go with the pre-trained data. So the same prompt could return different results. And even without that, you could just search. If you have personalization, you have memory feature enabled, it remembers your past chats and will start tailoring the output to your question, right? To you. So this is why I don't believe in prompt tracking, and I don't think it's a viable solution. But I do think doing some sort of statistical analysis will help get an idea for so kind of your main terms and get a feel for the visibility. One last thing, I found that when I doing experiments, LLMs often made up the hallucinations. They made up sources. Quite interesting because when I requested an I don't know, best CRM tools or something, and it returned me some results, and it says according to this study, X X plus Y. Then I clicked the link. I looked at the citation, and I put it onto the browser, and it didn't exist. It was a 404, and it kept doing that for so many websites. So it's literally made up fake citations. It's a good example of car brands. I think I shared it on LinkedIn about this. So all of these reasons kind of made me think, this is not the way to go. So I didn't really invest time into it, and I don't promote any of these tools because of that.
Yeah, perfect, Sugan, and very well put. What I am also wanted to bring in Vijay because he has kind of implemented some of those stuff, built an MCP server around the tools, and ran few experiments. So Vijay, you want to?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the mention, Malhar bhai. So yeah, I am like totally agree with Suganthan. So since around 16 or 18 October, I was just playing with network payload from ChatGPT, and yeah, I've been also using Google extension created from the code from Oliver de Segonzes. If someone is know, he's the founder of Rezo. from France. So yeah, this tool is like doing so many things from backend, like from your network payload. So from around 16th to 17th August, I find like there are some of the entities, like since I have been working with all events, I found okay, now ChatGPT is any event as an entity. If some venue is hosting any event, this falls under entity A, entity B. Hello, am I audible? After this 18th August, we can say entity update or anything. Like someone from Profound, Josh Bleske, has also published one LinkedIn post, and he mentioned similar exact same pattern around.
Okay, I have SEO Sage on the panel as well. So, unfortunately, I don't know your first name, and hence I'm calling you with your Twitter handle. But if you want to share something, please go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, very good.
Okay,
Yep, good.
I, I think I wanted to answer or add to the answer Sugan gave, which is actually part of the things I believe in. Because when they talk about prompt tracking, your question was, is keyword SEO relevant with all the prompt tracking and with all the LLMs coming in and all of that? So I'll start by continuing or adding to what he said with prompt tracking. Now, LLMs are built to give you answers in personalized way. I think he mentioned something that a few days ago I was discussing with a client I'm doing SEO for, and I was trying to explain to them that ChatGPT has memories, and this data are stored based on what you research. The data is being stored in the memory, and when you come back, it kind of like personalizes your answer to your history, your the memory history, and that is hard for somebody to just come out of nowhere and say, oh, I'm able to track exactly what ChatGPT is doing based on this geographical audience. Because at the end of the day, LLMs personalize responses. So maybe your phase two trackings might have been correct, but at some point, I use LLMs every day. So this is something that I literally took my time to note out. Coming back after 1 week, 1 month, consistently using it in a way, maybe under a project or something, it tends to personalize your response to suit whatever you have been asking it repeatedly. So it's I don't want to use the word it's near impossible, but it is difficult for you to track something like that where millions of people are, having personalized responses. And for keywording, yes, keywording is as important as ever before. As a matter of fact, I'm literally doing projects or writing, doing SEO with more keywords than ever before, because I figured out on my own research and my own analysis, I figured out that whatever you're searching in LLMs, it is also tied down to keywording. It is very much tied down to keywording, and sometimes that is why LLMs have features where it tells you deep research and it has to gather information from the SERPs itself. So in the process of gathering information from the SERPs itself, it actually applies keywording. So it works based on what you search, the keywords, the primary keywords that you search, and then uses that to get data or information from the search engine result pages, which is based on the keywords. So yes, keywording is as important as ever before. I don't have any disputes to saying, oh, keyword is no longer. For me, I think this is the best time to niche down on keywording. There was a conference some days ago where can't really remember which of the conference, because there's been a lot of SEO conferences recently, where there was a talk about how it is even more important for keywords to, reflect more in your content than ever before. So yeah, keywording is as important as ever before. And tracking data from LLMs is quite difficult. You just have to do. I believe once you have your foundational SEO in place, and then you strive to whatever strategy you have figured out for yourself when it comes to LLM is absolutely going to make you, appear in LLMs. Yeah.
Sorry,
Thank you.
can I add one thing to this? Sorry, I just remembered as I was speaking. It's a good point on what you said to add on top of the foundational. One thing I did find for some of our e-commerce clients, if you have a client on e-commerce and Shopify, at least 90% of them don't have any faceted navigation. So Shopify has an inherent issue that if you have a product, say a leather bag, and if you sell in different colors, black, white, orange, whatever, if you select that as a filter, it doesn't create an indexable page called, black leather bag. So if you're selling, if black color leather bag is your biggest seller, right? So you already have this data. That's not going to show up in LLMs because obviously it's not available in search. LLM's likely not going to see it because it doesn't create a indexable page. Now, it only creates a filtered page. Only very few websites actually with good SEOs have these pages separately built out. It requires some custom work on Shopify. The reason I'm saying this, one of the other ways of doing tracking is take your seed term, find the best attributes around that term. Say, for example, leather bag. What are the attributes? Colors, size, maybe make, maybe brand. I don't know. All these attributes around it. Make sure these attributes are indexable, and LLMs can see it. So get into Bing, get into Google, get those indexed. That's quite important because I see a lot of people missing out on that. So, for example, if someone goes to ChatGPT and search, what is the best black leather bag for traveling, you're not going to show up because you think, oh, actually, I do sell it on my website. No, the LLM's not going to see it.
Fantastic. I know, Bob, you have just raised your hand, so yeah, you want to jump in, share your thought? Please go ahead.
Well, thank you kindly. Hello, everybody. I don't know who brought me here. Somebody here I know has brought me here. This is my first time here. Thank you so much. I am a technical SEO, and I also have seen the rise of AI and how it's taken away from people's ability to make money through, let's say, AdSense. Let's say you were a blogger and you collected all the recipes and you had an amazing blog and you made a little bit of money through AdSense. There was a huge uproar from all of these creators when search results included that AI snippet at the top of the results. So you never had to go to their website and you never got showed an ad, so they never got paid. But my question is, I mean, I'm trying to answer, have we lost SEO to AI? My answer is no. SEO is the same as it's always ever been, especially technical SEO, all the performance optimization, the user experience, the schema markup, whatever you're going to do, I think it's the same. But my question is, what do you call it? Do you call it AEO? Do you call it GEO? Do you call it SGO? What do you call the thing that we've lost SEO to?
Oh, we have too many names now, so
I don't think it matters, to be honest. I don't think it matters. What do you call it?
absolutely. We have too many names, so call any of it right now. So, yeah. But lovely to have you, Bob.
Oh, Bob,
Yeah.
I can answer your question, Bob, quickly. When you said yes, AdSense, yeah. Now, have you seen most of the websites that are produced just for the AdSense? Have you ever experienced scrolling through those sites? The minute you open it, you get hit with like 10 pop-ups, and you have a video loading on the front page. I'm trying to read the news, whatever it is. Hey, the new iPhone release. I click it, the first thing it comes up is like, a big ad, a big video that you can't skip. Or there's a video embedded that the user experience was horrendous. I think Google's This is Google's way of punishing people for. I'm not against people making money off AdSense. I made money off AdSense back in the day. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just people have, the spammers especially, have taken it to a next level by making the user experience really, really, really bad. Because everybody thought, you know what, I could spin up 10 articles, I could start making some money. And Google started realizing that that is a risk, it's a threat to their business model, because people are going to stop trusting this information that's ranking on the top. And this is one of the reasons why the HAU was introduced, which we all know had some, what do you call it? The friendly fire, right? It got rid of a whole bunch of legitimate websites, yes. But that's, Google was willing to take that risk because they just wanted a better user experience. I don't know if you've seen some of the websites, especially the one Danny Ashton's site about the purifiers. After, a bunch of complaints and news articles, it is starting to back up again now. It lost all traffic, I think. Now it's back to the old level. So I think what Google has done is put up a big filter to basically hit everybody and then slowly start recovering the legit sites over time. I think that's what they've done. Again, as I said, I'm not against people wanting to make money off AdSense, but yeah, it was taken too far, in my opinion. That's my opinion.
Absolutely, I am aligned. Yeah, I think so. The web overall was saturated with a lot of textual content, and with this algorithm in place, like these indie hackers, bloggers used to reverse engineer whatever worked, and they used to double down for a couple of months, made money, and Google patched it with a bunch of different updates. But yeah,
No, sorry to interrupt you there. The biggest problem was it was not trustworthy enough. So affiliates will always market the product one with the highest commission. So if you're looking for a good rice cooker, the top of the results will always be the one with the most highest commission. It's never going to be the one best for the user. And this is the main issue.
yeah, totally makes sense. Absolutely. And we have SEO Sage raising hand. We would, yeah, you can go ahead. But before you go ahead, we have a WhatsApp community as well and a newsletter. And if you have any ideas with respect to future sessions, or if you have any guest recommendations, or if you yourself want to come up as a guest speaker on this SEO Talk Spaces, feel free to reach out to either of us, and we would be more than happy to take those requests. And yep, thank you. Over to you, Malhar.
Hey, thank you. I know, Bob, you raised your hand first, so I'll go with you, and then SEO Sage, you can come in. Yeah, Bob, over to you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you kindly, good sir, for noticing. Suganthan, I hope I got your name right. Nice to meet you. Yes, I agree 100%. It got bad. It got bad. It was the Wild West back then. I started doing SEO in the early 2000s, and one of the things that I remember seeing was when you crawled a website, when you sent out something to crawl a website with one user agent string, it would show you one set of content. And when you crawled it with another user agent string, it would show you completely different page. It would return something completely different. And this is what people were using to abuse Google. They would send Google to one set of the information for their Google crawler, the Google bot crawler. It would get one set of information.
Yeah, it's called cloaking. We call it cloaking.
Yeah, and another thing, they would put white text on a white background just to be able to get to like the number one spot on Google. So I agree with you absolutely. It was the Wild West. It was very, very crazy. Thanks so much for bringing that up, and thank you, hosts, for letting me respond.
Thank you. Yeah, SEO Sage, you want to go, please?
Yeah, I think we're all in the same lane right now, because I was gonna say the same thing Bob said with correspondence with Shogun. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was the craziest we ever experienced, honestly. But I was just gonna say something, yeah, in respect to the Google Ads currently. So there's something I noticed. This is from like personal work and all of that. So most people, when they set up AdSense, they let it flow everywhere on the site. And for I'm not trying to um, look down, or I'm not trying to make any company feel bad. But for a company like Exoic don't listen to what you say. If you tell them, oh, once you put it up on Exoic, once you put up your site on Exoic, that's it. They tend to control. They put ads where you don't even want ads to be. They put it everywhere. Yeah, like Shogun said, if you scroll past the website, like few sentences, you are being bombarded with ads here and there, and it just it just makes the UI user experience crazy, because you can't even take your time to read what you came here for. Everywhere is ads here and there. And but at the same time, what I was going to say is, so I noticed, not on Exoid though, because I feel those guys don't listen to what you say. So putting your ads, or putting, if you're still running AdSense on your site, putting your ads only to show on the blog section of your site, for me, with what I experienced, tend to lessen the effect of whatever that may be coming up with Google, or that may have come up with Google. Yeah. But letting it everywhere, especially your home pages and maybe your product pages. So it just drives it crazy, because product pages is not even a place where we should be having ads showing up. So I think narrowing your ads to just your blog pages is good enough. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that.
Sure, thank you. Uh, okay, Vijay, if you can still hear us, and if you're audible, your take from a brand side, because a lot of us here are from either an agency or freelance. What are your thoughts from a brand side?
Yeah, so uh, I can say GPT is like one of the leader like in all the LLMs, which really giving a traffic. If we look at the like if we talk about big brand, so yeah, we are like ranking very well on Perplexity. We are really ranking very well, and Gemini, but Gemini is just giving like 200 traffic a month. Perplexity is sending, let's say, 2000. And if we talk about ChatGPT is giving us like almost 1 lakh traffic a month. So yeah, this is a kind of and after like this August entity update, I like observed like traffic spike on like event page. I'm talking about our product event page. So like ChatGPT is like really knowing what is this event, where it is happening, who is the like artist. So after digging into more data from ChatGPT payload, I figure out, okay, so now using ChatGPT 5 latest model, ChatGPT is like easily detect each of entities. It can be venue, it can be artist, and like mapping all these things. Just like you can say this is the like new Google. Okay. So yeah, that's my take. And also, I found one interesting thing from Google AI mode and AI overview. So if anyone is remember, Google has like rolled out something like Maggie project, and like I've analyzed thousands of payload from how this AI overview is work, and I found some crazy thing, something related to Maggie feature and something like that. So if anyone is interested, like Suganthan or any Bob, just ping me. I will share all the documentation, whatever I found, so you can like move ahead and like do some more kind of research to validate this, because I am the new one. I am not that like tech expert or something, but yeah, I'm open for collab. So my take is Google might be using Maggie project for ranking and grounding all this stuff for and yeah, I matched this with Google's O1 patent. So like 99% of the data are matching with Google's pattern. How like everything is work. So yeah.
Hey, fantastic. So the next question from my end is also going into because Bob and SEO Sage also brought this point in terms of say lot of site kind of spamming, etc. But if I go take a different view at it and say some brand making AI generated pages, right, or programmatic websites, if I can call it that, right,
Mm, mm.
does it still impact from a retrieval point of view? Because whatever you just spoke about in terms of okay giving a structure, you understanding certain patterns and saying okay this is how an AIO works. Now if I can train an LLM on that kind of structure and make it create dynamic pages at a scale, what happens next? Do you rankings versus retrieval, does it, because
So
keyword is totally gone here now.
So, yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Malhar. Right? I have found URL moderation in Payload. So what like latest ChatGPT 5 is doing? He's like using URL moderation results. So like and there are like Boolean thing, true or false. Is this is safe under? So it's true, then ChatGPT is know about your brand. Is blocked, that means this page has been blocked via robot.txt or anything. And there are like nested JSON, which is like categories. Uh, what is your category for your brand? Let's say this is travel website or something like that.
Fantastic. Parth, you want to take?
No, I think so. I'm aligned with. We can probably move forward. Yeah.
All right. So the next one was, and this is very simple and very basic. As a brand, I've seen a lot of folks also saying we want to stop LLM bots from crawling our website or learning from our content in future, right? Or in near future. Do you still feel that is a viable solution? Because a lot of informational search or informational queries will go to LLMs. Should brands take the step and stop the LLM bots from crawling their content? Is that wise? Anyone wants to pick it up?
I don't think so. It makes any sense until and unless there is a legal compliance, or if you're in the B2B space, um, if you have some MOUs and NDAs aligned. Otherwise, I don't think so. It makes any sense for it makes any sense to hide content or not let the AI bots kind of crawl your content. But yeah, happy to hear thoughts from other folks on the panel.
Okay, though I didn't get you clearly, but I think I heard the last part where you said if it is advisable for brands to stop LLMs AI from crawling your sites based on informational content. So what I would say is while for some sites I've actually seen or I've worked on have actually had dropped in informational content, the level of some of which are product website or e-commerce website, the level of purchases did not entirely reduce, but the traffic on GSC in terms of informational kind of like came down. But yeah, we were still, having purchases as usual. And for a seasonal website I am working on, in its due season when traffic is supposed to come down, purchase is supposed to come down. It's just as normal as before, but you would see on GSC where it looks as if, oh, if we're comparing data as of last year and against this year, that's year on year data, it looks as if, oh, traffic is going down. But the thing is, purchases, which is the sole aim of, why we have this e-commerce site, is actually not going down the way people say. So I don't think, in my opinion, it is you have any reason to try to stop LLMs from crawling your site, except you find out that maybe I don't want to say, because I'm you know what, I'll just stop there. Yeah, I'll stop there.
All right, not a problem. That was wonderful. And I think we just have a minute more, so I want to squeeze in this last question. And uh, because we are on this topic of have we lost SEO to AI, what is that human element that will still be relevant when it comes to SEO, and not everything would be determined by an LLM? What do you think is that one part where a human intervention is still important? Yeah, well, please go ahead.
Thank you kindly. So yeah, I don't think we've lost anything to anybody, or particularly any LLMs, because those tricks we were talking about earlier, the tricks of changing user agent strings or putting white text on white backgrounds or tiny text, they're still doing it, and they're doing it with LLMs. There's like huge exploits. Like if you query an LLM and for some reason it goes and fetches some data from its database, and part of that is a website that has been nefariously prompt injecting and hijacking that LLM, then we still have all the tips and tricks that we can use in our back pocket if you're black hat with an LLM. So we've definitely not lost anything. We are augmented. When came the printing press, we had access to information like never before through books. Then came the internet. Now we have these large language models. We have the highest potential to learn if we want to. But if we don't want to, and we just want to have a personal assistant do everything for us, we can do that too. So I don't think we've lost anything. I think the people who have the drive to accomplish and have a vision to do something different have more power now than ever before to build and create and do something. So I think all power to them.
Fabulous.
Go get it. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for having
Hey,
me.
thank you so much, Bob. Yeah, SEO Sage, I know you are just over, but we can still, yeah, pull in this one last.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm just gonna put into that. I feel like I've been waiting for somebody to ask me that question. What is it that we are still gonna be in control of, that AI is probably not gonna take away from us in the SEO space? So lately, I've been experimenting a lot with AI agent, and I discovered that no matter how good my AI agents or other AI agents are when it comes to structuring and all of that, I realized there is this human ability to sit down, look at a piece of content, be it for a product page, be it for a blog, be it for any category. There's this human there's this human feature, there's this human sense where you can sit down with your experience of SEO for as long as you've been doing SEO for, and you can literally tell that if I manually, traditionally take up my laptop and type in this way and typing in that way, it is definitely going to be better than whatever your LLM or whatever your AI agents gave to you. And this is not just speaking from assumption, this is speaking from testing that I have tested. Okay, gave AI agents the work to do, did it, and it was good, it was perfect. And then I had to sit down and look at what the AI agent gave to me and be like, okay, if I personally implore my experience of SEO into this. So that's the point. That's the line where I feel SEO, AI, or yeah, artificial intelligence will never. Well, I can't say never. Never say never. So, but I strongly believe that you always have to, as a human SEO, based on your level of experience of SEO, you can tell that, look, traditionally typing in or traditionally doing it this way is guaranteed higher rate of success than whatever your AI agent or whatever you're using, to AI to do. So yeah, and to leave the stage, I would say we haven't lost SEO. Honestly, this is the time for SEOs to be more alive than ever before, because these tools are, except you see the tool as a threat, because I don't see the tool as a threat. I see it as my aid. I mean, 100% I see it as my aid. I don't see it as, I've never seen um in recent times AI as a threat to me as an SEO or to an SEO anybody, except you don't have the tech know-how to harness these tools and harness the knowledge out there. So yeah, SEO to the world, and SEO is never gonna die. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And yes, uh, we will end this on that note. SEO is still not dead. We have still not lost SEO to AI. We will continue to thrive. All right. Thank you so much for joining, sharing your thoughts.